Hello everyone, it's Stephen here. And the other day we got a question from an Australian colleague about the surface on which we fire our glass. Actually, I'll talk more about the question that he raised a bit later on. But as some of you know, we use mild steel trays which we fill with whiting, calcium carbonate, because it makes a wonderful surface on which to fire your glass. Of course, you can use kiln paper or fiberboard, but we think just go for the simplest possible option, and that's what we're doing here. Now, it's really, really important that the whiting is very, very compressed. And this may take 5 or 10 minutes, it doesn't matter, it takes as long as it takes. So notice how the whiting is just being sprinkled into the tray a little at a time. And we're not overfilling the tray, because here's why. Here we start compressing it, scraping. It's probably making some of you wince, that noise. Scraping, pushing, pressing the whiting down. Now, if we'd overfilled it, all we would do would be make a mess of the table. So really, you put whiting on, press it down, scrape a little off. And now, actually at this point, I just say David's just turning it around so that he can press it down from a different angle, and that's very important. And now there are little gaps. He's just going to get some more whiting from the store. Now he's going to sprinkle a little bit more on now and then press it down again. Now the problem that our Australian colleague wrote to us about was the fact that in the kiln, his glass, fired on a bed of whiting, was sometimes bending. And we then thought, well, what can be causing that? We don't have that problem. And it then occurred to us that possibly, just possibly, the whiting needs to be really, really, really more compressed than it was, because if it isn't compressed, there will be trapped air, and that air will rise in the kiln. And you can imagine it then rising up through the whiting and affecting the surface of the glass. So we reckon there's a good likelihood just to do with needing to compact and press down the whiting more than was happening. You see how long it takes. That's fine, isn't it? It takes as long as it takes. The glass is going to be there for a long, long time, and if it's fired on a beautiful, smooth, lovely surface, the glass itself will be smooth and lovely. So now just getting a bit more whiting, sprinkling a bit more. We do sometimes use kiln paper and fiberboard, and that's especially so when we have these very big pieces of glass to fire. We don't have trays that are large enough, and that's all. Scrape. But whiting is so simple. It's in the studio anyway because we use it to dry off cement. You use the same whiting again and again. Just dirty bits you pick off, then sprinkle on more whiting to fill up the holes. And eventually you throw the whiting away, and there we are. So that's all lovely and smooth. And now, for now, we send you our best wishes. Look forward to talking with you again. And just now say bye-bye.